Hello and welcome. Today I'll be discussing what this next bunch of videos I'm uploading will be. So if you're a current subscriber to my channel, you'll know that I already have these videos created, but I'm gonna stand back. I looked at all my videos and I realized that my content is not the best. I don't have good video editing. My mic at the beginning of the tutorials, or the first couple tutorials in the past series, the mic was awful. People were having problems hearing me, and there was also a couple errors in some of these videos. So I want to go ahead and I'm recreating that main tutorial series, and I'm very excited to announce that. And in this tutorial series I'm making now, I'm adding a lot more cool features, such as I'm doing video editing. There's going to be very cool intros, and for example, if I'm typing a command in PuTTY and you won't be able to see it in PuTTY, well, you might be able to see it now because I'll be zooming in on that kind of stuff, but it will also pop up down here on the bottom of the screen, and it will have like a little sound, and it will pop up here and it will show you what I'm writing there. So that I'm really looking forward to that, and it's going to look very professional. So yeah, so anyways, this video that I'm doing right now is going to be the introduction video for this whole series, and this whole series is on DigitalOcean. And DigitalOcean is a VPS provider which can give developers or even hosters a VPS that deploys in less than 55 seconds. And we can go ahead and take a look at the pricing to see what exactly is the pricing that you have to be paying for this. So let's go ahead and just look at the monthly price here. For the default server, which still has a lot of buff to it, we have a $5 a month, and we have 512 megabytes of RAM, 1 core processor, 20 gigabytes of SSD drive, and 1 terabyte of transfer. And then at $10 a month, this is the most popular plan. You can get 1 gig of memory, 1 core, 30 gigabyte SSD, and 2 terabyte of transfer. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at this in hourly perspective, and we can have like 0.007% or 0.007 cents an hour, or we can look at the most popular plan as being 0.015 cents an hour. So I want to also talk about what this means for hours. So for example, if you're using your server and you decide you want to turn it off, you're still being charged for the time it's going to be turned off. Because DigitalOcean is still allocating you the IP, the RAM, the disk space. All that's happened is basically just think of your computer being off. Your resources are all there, but your computer is off. So the only way to completely get rid of that price would be to delete your droplet. But wait, if you think that's very dangerous, which it could be, you can go ahead and save your droplet as a snapshot in your account, and you can go ahead and delete your server then. And then you can restore from that snapshot. You won't have the same IP address, but you'll have your RAM and your disk space and everything that you need there, and all your content that was on it before. So something else that is a really nice feature that DigitalOcean has is backups. So when you create your server at first, you can go ahead and select backups, automatic backups, and it'll automatically back up your server. So if something were to happen with your server, and something were to go haywire, you can go ahead and just revert to your last backup. So that's very nice. And I think they store about, I can't remember because I don't really use backups. I do all that stuff myself since I have a little bit more control of what's happening. But I'm wanting to see you can store 5 a month. No, I don't even want to say that. Don't quote me on that because I don't actually know. But yeah, so DigitalOcean uses SSD only, and it's very nice. SSD drives can give your server amazing speeds. Read and write transfer is going to be amazing, so I really suggest using SSDs. With DigitalOcean, you can't go wrong using SSDs because that's the only thing they provide. And 55-second provisioning, again, this is only an estimate. It sometimes does take longer, and it sometimes will take shorter. It all depends on how busy their backends are working, because they have let's look down here. They have 2,224,955 droplets. So that's a lot of developers constantly pushing up their droplets, or pushing up new droplets and creating new droplets. So they have SSD drives. They have tier 1 bandwidth. They have KVM virtualization. If you don't know what KVM is, it's very fast and it has a lot of security. And they have a very simple control panel. I'll get there in a couple minutes. And they also have very amazing hardware. They have ECC RAM and hex core machines. Something very cool DigitalOcean has added is private networking. So let's talk about what private networking is. So private networking is when you can have a droplet talk to another droplet in the private network using their local IPs on that network, but it's not actually eating away at your 1 terabyte of transfer data per month. So that's very nice. If you're going to be making an application and it's going to be having to access a database, you can just go ahead and edit the code there and have it use the local IP address, so you're not actually picking away at your monthly bandwidth that you could be serving your application for others. So you have to kind of look at it that way. Okay, so something else you can do is you can transfer your data globally at a global scale. So what you can do is you have a DigitalOcean droplet and you want to go ahead and move that over to, let's say, Asia, because they have an Asia location. So, and I live in the United States, so I'm usually use the US East Coast, which is New York City. So what I usually do, if I need to transfer this to Asia, I'll go ahead and shut off my droplet. I'll take a snapshot of my droplet. I'll go ahead and push it up to the Amazon Glacier Cloud, which is all free using the DigitalOcean control panel. Again, that's part of your $5 a month or $10 a month, whatever your payment plan is. Go ahead and push that up there, and then you can go ahead and create a new droplet from your snapshot using the Asia location. So it's very nice. You have total control over this. And also, if you want to make a content delivery network, you can. You can do anything you want due to all these different locations. So when a person tries to connect to your server, like if they're trying to get a JavaScript file and you're hosting this content delivery network for saying this little demo, and what you can do is you can find out what their fastest ping is to what location, then serve it to them that way. So it all has to do off of their location of their IP address, etc. And they also have a very simple API. They are working on developing the API version 2 right now, and I think it's actually going around pretty good, and it should be released sometime soon. And they also have IPv6 if I can talk today, IPv6 support, and they just launched New York City 3 yesterday, and that has IPv6 support. And again, in additional tutorials, I'll be going into more detail about all this information I'm covering. I'm just giving a quick overview of what DigitalOcean is about and why are they so cheap, or not really cheap, but what makes them a good provider. So I'm going to go ahead and look at their customers here, and we can see what the customers are saying. Twitter, everything is always good about DigitalOcean. I've maybe only come around 1 or 2 things that are bad, and it's something that DigitalOcean staff is really nice to take care of, and they can help them out at anything they need. They also have one-click installation of apps, and we'll go take a look at a panel here in a minute, but we can see the Linux distributions are Ubuntu, CentOS, Debian, and Fedora, and the one-click applications are Ruby on Rails, WordPress, LampStack, Docker, Ghost, Doku, Mean, Redmine, GitLab, Django, or pronunciation possibly is wrong on that, so I don't really know how to say that. But anyways, and then we got Lemp. Okay, so that's basically all the Linux distributions, and they are always adding more. So if you have something that you think that DigitalOcean could benefit from, go ahead and message them, send them a message and say, hey, I think you guys should add this distro, and they'll most likely work with you, and if they have enough requests, they'll add another one. Again, you can go to DigitalOcean's user voice and suggest one there too, and then you can get the community support to like that video or like your comment that you want this, and it would get higher in the queue for all that stuff. Again, this is the control panel. Very quick and easy to use. We'll go take a look at this in a second, but very nice control panel. Okay, so the reliability is 99.99% uptime, and they mean 99.99% uptime. There was just a time a little bit ago when my server went down, and it was because they were doing network they had a problem with one of their nodes, and the network interface went down, but my droplet was still up. But the network interface went down, and I could not access my droplet or anything. So they went ahead and gave me a credit for that time my server was down. So that is very nice. That I know, like some people were mad about, like, if they hosting customer stuff on it and their customers cannot access that site, then we got issues. But seeing that I got a credit, and say example I was hosting stuff for my customers, I could go ahead and give my customer credit too. It's like, I'm sorry, but my data center I had my stuff hosted at, they had a brief problem that never really happens, and this is how I fixed it. So basically that's what we can do about that. And again, they have multiple locations here, and yes, very nice site too. So yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead now and look at the community where you can get started also. aside from my videos, the DigitalOcean community would probably be one of the best places to go, because this is people that are just beginners. A lot of these people are just beginners, and they have questions. They're like, how do I go ahead and install Apache? Well, you go to ask questions, and you can ask here. There's a lot already in here. And like, for example, you can filter by tag and press Apache and filter by tags, and you can go ahead and find out how to install Apache. But we can also look at the tutorials here, because the tutorials are very nice. We can go ahead and filter by tag and go to Apache and filter by tag, and you can go ahead and see how to install Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP. This is called a LAMP stack on CentOS 7. Here you go. This is what you have to watch to find out how to install it. So that's very, very nice. And then you can also see view projects, and this is all like iOS apps, anything you can think of. Some of these are even PHP apps online. So it's very, very nice. So now we'll go ahead and take a look back up here, make sure I didn't forget anything I wanted to say. And again, you can always go to help and see a very in-depth little documentation here, which is very, very nice. So I'm going to go ahead and log into my Droplet now, or my account, and I'm actually going to log into my business account here. And what's very nice about DigitalOcean is you can have two-factor authentication. So let me go ahead and enter my token, and I'm using the Google Authenticator app. I can go ahead and show you what exactly this does, and how to enable this will be in another video, but it's very, very easy. Okay, so we can go ahead and verify that token, and as we can see, I have successfully logged in, and you can see my droplets I have. So let's take a look around here. I can go to images, and I can see images or snapshots that I have created. Again, this is Amazon Glacier. They're automatically stored on Amazon Glacier, which is very, very nice. And if you want to edit your region availability, all you have to do is just press this and press where you want to go. And when I say Asia, it's Singapore. I always mess it up. So we can go ahead and like transfer that to Singapore, and I'll be able to use that on Singapore, which is very, very nice. We can see DigitalOcean backups, and we can see a recently destroyed droplet. So if you accidentally destroy your droplet and you still want that and you want to recreate it, you can go ahead and just press recreate droplet. There'll like be a little button down here that says restore or delete. So you'll want to restore. You can add SSH keys. Very nice billing area, and again, this is the SLA credit for the 2 hours that some of my domains were down. So I got credited 6 cents, which isn't a much, but it was enough that I was happy that I got something back. I mean, I didn't even care if I got something back or not. It didn't affect me at all. We can go ahead and look at support, and we got DNS stuff. You can add your DNS domains here. And there's also apps and API. And the API version 2 is still underway, but it should be done soon. Actually, it might be done. I'm not sure. I don't pay attention to their API. But it's very, very nice. Yeah, it's still in the public beta. And I think that's really about it. So I want to thank everybody for watching this little quick introduction on DigitalOcean. More videos will be to follow, and I think that's really about it. And thanks for watching. So have a great day. And if this tutorial has helped you, please, or this little introduction has helped you, please like, comment, rate, and subscribe. That's very much appreciated. And if you want to get started with DigitalOcean today, please use my referral link in the description, and you'll get a $10 credit. So thank you for watching this tutorial, and have a great day.